I have not done a video like this before where I'm going to be breaking down a football game, but the game in question is the Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Bucks in Week 18, potentially for the division. Now, the NFL has had a problem with referees for about as long as I can remember since starting to watch football. And here's what pisses me off more. The NFL Refs Association denies the wanted changes from the NFL of having a practice squad for referees and being able to talk to these referees earlier than normally in the offseason. Now, there's a few egregious points of interest in this game which people are talking about. And the NFL Refs Association should take accountability for its fucking people. Now, the three referees in question in this video are obviously Brad Allen, the lead officiator, or the lead referee in that crew. You've got Marcus Woods and Sarah Thomas, something like that. Those are the main three that totally botched this game. Now, the first play in question is a screen pass to Rico Dowdle on 1st and 10. Now, as you can see, the referee is waving this pass off and saying it's an incomplete pass, the ball is dead. Now, why is it that on the next play, in these highlights, you'll see it says 3rd and 16 instead of 2nd and 10? You can obviously tell that this is a backwards pass, but on the field, it's ruled incomplete. So it's 2nd and 10. Instead of making this a live play and letting it play out, which Dowdle could have easily ran for a first down. As you can see, he's got a blocker ahead of him, and there's green grass. They rule it dead, and then you get a 2nd down, and they make you lose the yards. Well, you blew it dead. That's the only reason they lost 6 yards on this play. So, either you rule one thing or you rule the other. Is it incomplete or is it a backwards pass? The same thing happened in, I think it was Week 14, Rams-Seahawks, which ended up changing the entire game on the 2-point conversion. So this is nothing new for the NFL. As you can see, they don't get the first down after. It costs Carolina their drive. They go and kick a field goal, a 54-yarder in the rain. No good. Here's the next point of contention. I could only find a short for this, but McMillan is about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage on the defensive back here. He makes a little bit of a shove in order to get separation. Now, to me, he's entitled to that space. He's running the route. The DB still could have got involved back into the play. Now, we might disagree on this. We might not. It was 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. So how is this a pass interference call on the deep ball? It, at most, could be holding, which the rule is after 5 yards of line of scrimmage. After 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, then it is a holding. So, thoughts? Comments? I don't see it. Especially after a play in which Servassier Dennis grabbed Tommy Tremble by the face mask, ripped his helmet off, and threw it 5 yards down the field, and that was a no call. Here's actually a better angle of what happened. You get the 30-yard completion, roughly. You get into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play. They call the pass interference. I couldn't find any footage of the missed call on Tommy Tremble, but I'm sure you'll see it pop up at some point, somewhere, whether it be, Instagram or whatever. It was a horrible, horrible missed call. And again, your drive stalls out. You have a 3rd and 12. Bryce Young, just throw it away. Live to fight another day. That's 2 promising drives that have been screwed by terrible officiating. Could cost the Carolina Panthers a division title. I was saying in the middle of the game that it's almost like somebody has a parlay on the Tampa Bay Bucks. I mean, it was blatantly not in Carolina's favor. You cannot give one team 3 big calls and give the other team no calls. Now, I am a Carolina Panther fan. I will admit that. So you could say I'm biased. But if the same thing happened to Tampa Bay, okay, I would not be as pissed off. However, I would still say that's not right. That needs to be cleaned up. That's not a way you want to win a game, is by putting it in the referee's hands. You want to see the players go out there and play. This is another play where the referees got it wrong. It was a bit more of a routine play. I'm not going to get on them too much for this, but there's a line judge right there. This ball is thrown down the field. Kadon has his foot out of bounds, yet the referee adamantly says it's a catch. Now, this was overturned by a challenge, but as you can see right there, the foot is out of bounds. That probably should have been seen, especially considering you're right next to it. I don't know how you missed that. Keep in mind, there was an NFL referee in this game named Rick Patterson who has 30 years of experience in the NFL. So it's not like this officiating crew does not have experience in these games where they absolutely have to do their job well, which Brad Allen has fucked up on numerous occasions, even being demoted in the playoffs. Now, I want to make it clear, it is not solely because of the refs that the Carolina Panthers had lost this game. As a fan myself, this is called fucking cute play calling. You call what is apparently a flea flicker in a heavy rain game. Rico Dowdle slips, and instead of just going to the ground, throws the ball backwards. Now, I don't know if you caught that, but the receivers were at best 5 yards upfield, and one was 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So what flea flicker are you going to be throwing in this situation? Okay, here's another reason you lost the game. I was sitting at home and I said, you got to be careful of the play action with Tampa Bay, because in week 15 against the Atlanta Falcons, they tried to run play action in these 2-minute situations. They're known to do that. They get the bootleg, they get the first down. This pretty much ended the game. Now, I understand it's a little bit tough to cover a route like that, but it's different if the guy made a play or he got, 7 or 8 yards and got the first down. There was nobody around this side of the field, as I showed again. He completely loses the defender. There's nobody within 5 yards. You get a big 20-yard gain. And here, on the punt, the next drive, they punt it away. You try to block the kick. You bring 87 in. You have nobody back there, and then you drop him back out. Either have him block the kick or have a guy back. You can't do both. They get the ball at the 3-yard line. What are you going to do with this position on the field? There's nothing you can do. You're too far in your own side of the field to do anything with that. That's cute play calling. It never should have happened. You lose the game. Maybe Atlanta will win and they'll still win the division. Oh, and here's another one. You see what I'm talking about? There's nobody behind on this lateral. That's all I have to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you want to see more. Peace out.